All right, I'm back. I guess that was only 2 seconds, but I did some debugging and figured out what my issue was here. So again, the error was I run it, boom, and it's saying, hey, I can't read this undefined. So what this undefined reading call is on a sketch file, it's having issues saying room at 00 doesn't, I can't call it. I don't know what that thing is. If we go back to rooms here, I typed the name of the function, and I can't seem to figure out how to make a function call inside of an array. I can do a variable, however, which is why I use this notation that this start room is actually a variable here called let start room, and then I assign it a function. So simply I got to take off these brackets here. Let's try that. All right, drum roll, please. Boom. All right, there, I'm back in business. All right, so there's, whoops. So there I am, I can drive around. Now let's go ahead and try to draw that second room, which I called key room. So in key room, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 walls. So if I want to call key room, it should be at index 0, 1. So instead of 0, 0, let's call 0, 1. Whoop. Hey, there it is. Okay, so I got this key. I'll zoom out a bit here. So I got this drive around. I'll put that key somewhere in here. The collision works. Sweet. Okay. So now, we got to figure out how to get from here to here. What we're going to do is, if I get to the edge of this room, so if I get to that edge, I want to increase my columns, right? I'm going to make this into a two-dimensional array where I got rows and columns. Okay, so a row is going like this, a column is up and down. So that means I want to draw, it's going to be row 0, column 1 and 2. So we're going to use variables for that. So let's go ahead and declare two variables up here. Let's call it row and column. And let's set it to 0, 0 to begin with. So let's set the row to 0. Let's set the column to 0. Boom, boom. Okay, so this should load at 0, 0. Now instead of going 0, 0 here, let's set this to row. I got this the right order, and column. Whoops, column. All right, so nothing should change. Hey, sweet, I changed. So now I'm still at room 0, 0. If I change my column to 1, I should go to that key room. Let's test it out. And there we are, we're at the key room. Sweet. Now I just got to update those variables when I leave the room. So in there I got this change screen time, which we've already done together. So let's go ahead and expand that. And I want to go to the right. So let's see, check if the player goes off the top, check if the player goes past the bottom, went off the left, went off the right. Here it is. So this if block is checking to see if my player goes off to the right. Essentially, it's like the X value of the player is bigger than the width of the canvas. Go ahead and put that player on the left side of the canvas. And now let's increment the row, right? Yeah, so, no, column. Column is gonna go up 1. All right, should that do it? Now I'm hoping when I play it, I go to the, well, I gotta set it back to 0, 0. So now I should go back to my originating room, my start room, sweet. And now if I go to the right, boom, perfect, just what I want. If I go to the left, is it gonna work? It shouldn't. Yeah, it shouldn't, because I haven't coded that in just yet. Like we're still in, essentially I'm still in room 0, 1. Like I'm still in 0, 1, because I gotta code and say, hey, take 1 away from the column when you travel off the screen. Let's just go ahead and do that. So that's change room time. I want to go to the left now. If the player goes off the left, and of course this is if the X value of the player is less than 0, which is the edge of the screen, go ahead and push that player to the right side of the screen. And let's take 1 away from the column. Column minus equals 1. All right, let's give that a go. There we go, there's our start screen. And if we go to the right, bam, go to the left, bam, sweet. Rock and roll. Now, let's go ahead and try to add a room down here. Okay, so we're going to copy paste. Let's put a room at the bottom underneath the start window. And I'm going to make this a boss room. I actually haven't coded a boss yet, but I'm going to try and eventually get to the point where I got to do some sort of fight there. I think, I don't know, I might change my mind. I'll let you programmers decide that. So there's my start, and I want to put it underneath that thing. So that would be that would now be the row. All right, so this is the column, boof to boof. Now I want to change I gotta change this, the row from boom downwards. So I want to add one to the row is how I'm going to build it. And my grid is kind of starting, this is what I have envisioned in my head, by the way, is something like this, in which, so I've got my start room, and then to the right I've got my key room, and then I'm going to put my boss here, and then eventually I might put something up here, or something to the left, okay? So just a reminder, as far as our coordinates go, this is row 0, column 0. This is row 0, column 1. Now I'm going to go to row 1, column 0. All right, row 1, column 0. So let's see if we can't do that. So now inside of our rooms, we got our start room, our key room. Let's go ahead and put comma. I'm going to copy this first. Copy this. So we're going to go comma, paste. And now we've added a row in our array. I don't want this to be the start room. I want it to be the boss room. So let's get rid of this. Put boss. Okay, my boss room I've already drawn. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's got 4 walls, and I think it just makes a square. Okay, it just makes a square. Let's test that out. So if my logic is correct, this should be row 1, column 0. Row 1, column 0. Let's see if I can't just explicitly put that in here. Let's go row 1, column 0. Now if I press play, there it is. Okay, there's my boss screen. Yeah. So, I can't get out. I've actually locked myself in here because I put my collision on. Okay, but I want this directly underneath my start room. So that means I want to increment the row when I go off the screen to the bottom. So let's go to change screen time. And let's see, I'm going to look if the player went off the bottom. There it is. The player goes off the bottom. All we're doing, we're checking to see if the player is greater than the height of the canvas. Then we are going to set the player back to the top of the canvas. And let's go ahead and I want to increment the row. So I'm going to say row plus equals 1. All right, is that going to do it? Now I got to go back to 0, 0. So my starting point, remember, setup is like the function gets called once at the beginning. Inside my draw, what do I've got? Yeah, in my draw, I'm constantly updating and calling the functions from that array inside rooms. And so it's starting to look good. There it is. All right, let's run it. Boom. So if I go down, I should. Yeah, there's the boss room. Yes. Oh, and I went to the right. Why does that work? Oh, I know why. Because I said this is a key room right here. Right? So I've got 2 key rooms. Can I go back? Let's try going from the boss room back up. No, nothing. I'm kind of stuck in my boss room, and it threw an error because I'm out of bounds in my array. So just a reminder, my boss room is here, and now I want to go back to the start room. I want to go back to the start room. What does that look like on my array? Let's go look at the array. Kind of similar, right? Here's my start room, and it's actually red underneath it. Sweet, I want to go up. That means I want to take one away from row. I want to take one away from row when I travel upwards. So let's go into our sketch file, change screen time, and where do we travel up? Right here. If the Y value is greater than 0, we've left the canvas. So we position the player at the bottom, and we want to take one away from the row. So we go row minus equals 1. All right, let's give that a go. Screen over here. All right, boom, we go down. Sweet, we're in the boss, go back up. Yeah. Sweet. Nice. Okay, now I haven't coded. I don't have an idea. Oops, I got to hit stop. I don't know what I want to do over here just yet. Like this part right here. So I don't really have that just yet, but maybe I just want to show how maybe I can add a blank room just for now, so that kind of it still connects, and I'll show you how we just simply add a room to our maze here, I guess, our adventure game. So where do I want to put that? Let me think. Okay, I'm gonna come back here, so it's to the right, it's down here. So if I'm looking at my code, I kind of want it like right here where this is highlighted. Hopefully you can envision that. I'm going to go back to my drawing. Whoop. So there it is. I want to put it there. And in my array, it kind of sits almost in that same spot. I actually went and drew up a bunch of blank rooms. Or no, I drew up a blank room, and it's just one big rectangle, 100 by 100, right in the middle of the stage. I can't remember what color this is. I think it's mustard yellow. So let's go ahead, instead of key room, let's put a blank room here. Blank room. Okay, let's see if that works. And now I don't have to code anything else and change screen time, right? That's done always and forever. We can put this function to bed. It's never going to change because I've got column, column, row, row. Sweet. So now change screen time should never need to be updated. Inside my draw, as long as I'm calling rows and columns, sweet. Let's go. Let's give this a go. Boom. So if I go downwards, come on, come on. Yes. Go back up. Yay. To the right. This is my blank screen. To the left, sweet. And if I go up, oh, look at that, and it works. If I go out of bounds, so if I go to a place that I haven't considered drawing yet, I'm out of bounds in my array, and boom, it's going to throw an error saying, hey, we have no idea what index you're trying to call because it doesn't exist yet. I'll check that up in a sec. Okay, are we done? Let's say you want to add a room above. Okay, so let's say I want to put a room on top of the start. So copy paste. So let's put up here, and I don't know, maybe you get a sword in this room. All right, and maybe let's put some brackets in here. Boom. Oh, why does it keep doing that? So put some arrows. Boof. Boof. Get rid of this thing. Okay, so there I want to add up above the start. Okay, so to do that now, I kind of want to put it like above this thing, right? So what I need to do is I'm going to copy this line. Copy that. Paste it right above. And now above the start room, because I don't have these drawn yet, I'm just going to go ahead and put some blank rooms in here. Blank room. Blank room. And of course I've got my blank room drawn. Anytime I want to add a room, I could just follow this pattern, right? So I could just go ahead and add any room I like. Now I want to start in my start room. Notice the address array of my start room is no longer 0, 0. Right? It's no longer 0, 0 because I've added some stuff. So I've got, I'm going to redraw this over here. So I got blank, blank, start, key, boss, blank. If I address these, they are 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1. Okay, so I want to start in 1, 0 now. So to do that, I go into Sketch, I set my variables in a setup. So row 1, I want to change that to 1. Row 1, column 0. There we go. Start room, good. I should be able to go up into a blank one. Boom. I go to the right. Boom. I go down. I should be in my key. Yeah. I go down again. It should be my blank. Sweet. If I go to the left, I should be in my boss. And if I go back up, I'm at the start. Sweet. Rock and roll. Okay. Hopefully that works for you. I will attach my GitHub file in the comments. And yeah, shoot me a comment if you have any questions. Thanks.